Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Red Valkyrie. I am your host, Shae the Red, and I am here with the insanely talented David Feed. How are you, sir?
Thank you very much. Good evening. I'm fantastic.
I'm so happy to have you on again. So, David's been on the show before, and when we first had him on, it was super fun.
It was very, very early in the campaign. It was,
It was like what, your first like week or something like that? It was really
something like that, or maybe even in the pre-campaign. I don't know. It was super early.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it was definitely very early on, and I'm trying to remember how many backers you had, but now you're sitting at 76, which is awesome. I want you to get to 100. I would really be happy to see you hit 100 because
I have to come up with some decent stretch goals to put on the campaign, because I plan to keep this on demand till October, till it's the time to fulfill, and then we go on to episode 2, and then end the first campaign.
All right,
that's the plan, more or less.
Man, I'm already catching shit. We just started, and I already have Soul Ion asking why I'm not cosplaying as the shapeshifter. You know what? I cosplay what I can, and sometimes I have rough days, and this is what you're getting, and shut up.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. I love our chat. Our chat's hilarious. So we have you on again, for anyone who may not know, for your dark fantasy called Red Eyes. And just to remind everyone, I'm going to go ahead and let you do your pitch so they can remember exactly what this book is about.
Oh, we can put the trailer. It's only 30 seconds.
Oh, sure. Hold on. Let me remove that out. See, this is what happens when you don't click the share audio button because you're in your own head. Oh, shit. Which one's it going to be? This one. Oh, well, that works. Okay. And
Red Eyes is the tale of Farron Fair, son of the general. Farron's cruel ambitions have sullied his father's reputation and jeopardized the insurrection movement. Facing death for his sins, he's drafted into a mission of penance instead. Farron will learn and come back victorious, or find a hero's death for the glory of the insurrection. Episode 1 is a 46-page graphic novel full of fantasy, action, and a story of redemption, only on Indiegogo.
Heck yeah. So, very concise trailer, but we will take it. So why don't you go ahead and expand a little bit on exactly what Red Eyes is?
So it's my biggest inspiration, I always say this, is the Dirty Dozen. And this is a similar story, except with magic and monsters and in a fantasy world. So it's these 9 heroes that are sent on a very, very difficult mission. Mm-hmm. Some would call this a suicide mission. Mm-hmm. And each of them has like their own reason for being in this mission. The protagonist is the guy in the middle up with the funny paint in the face. Mm-hmm. And he is the son of one of the biggest leaders of an insurrection movement, but he's kind of a spoiled rich brat. And at some point, he just, makes too many mistakes. Too many people die because of him, and the people want him dead. So he's sentenced to death. And of course, daddy wants to save him, but he's also, causing too much trouble. So he's like, okay, son, this is not working out. So you're going to go on this mission, or you're going to be, sentenced to death, basically. And it's kind of on the vein of, if you manage to succeed and come back victorious, you'll regain your honor and your inheritance. Everything's cool. And otherwise, you'll just die for the glory of the insurrection, and I'll have this problem less. I don't know how to say it. That's more or less the quick summary of the story. And so
Right.
episode 1 is how how the mission starts and how they are putting this group together, and how the whole shenanigans start to happen, and how they live in a land that's been conquered by some hunters. The bad guys are called hunters, and they are, I don't know how to put it, desperately outnumbered, outpowered, outgunned, out everything. So it's a very, very desperate mission. So you see right from the start, like the poor transport they use these giant birds, giant cocks for transport. It's slightly dead. Took one bullet too much.
Dead. Slightly very much dead.
Slightly, it's absolutely gone, the poor guy.
6. I know, and this is like, I hate it because this is absolutely gorgeous artwork, but then I look at what it is and I'm like,
the poor guy is riddled with holes. So yes.
Like, I love, it's like really pretty colors and it's really well done, and I like how it reflects the trees and everything in shadow. And then I'm like, and he has 6 bullet holes in him. He is very upset. Like that's his final breath. That's really upsetting.
Let's keep it clear. It's very, very. It's not looking good for these poor guys.
Yeah, it really isn't. And there's the shapeshifter that Ion is very upset that I did not cosplay. I don't know what version you were expecting me to cosplay, because it would never be this one. Never. Very adorable. Never happening.
Okay. The one on the right then.
Oh, okay. Just the snake. The just gigantimous snake. Gotcha.
Skull
you guys are
giant snake.
This right here. This is what they wanted.
This is what they want, exactly. So this is going to be like a spread page, and this was done by the one who's doing the colors. She did everything, the whole art and the colors and the everything, and this is going to be, like a special spread page on the comic.
Who do you have doing colors?
It's her name is Frederica Valova.
Okay.
She's I met her on ArtStation, and I asked her, and she said yes, and I said, okay, hell, let's do it.
Awesome.
Now I want chicken. Oh, Joseph King! Oh my goodness, the guy from Slaughter Squad is here.
Yes, Slaughter Squad representing, and I feel like, isn't that against what your book is, dude? To now want chicken? You have a chicken, and she rocks like a machine gun.
I want chicken. Uh-oh.
And apparently, we were wrong. Not the snake. Her in her human form, which you can keep on dreaming about, Soul, because it's not.
She gets dressed eventually. Like in episode 2, she's very tired, so she cannot transform it, and then then she puts on some clothes.
Then she puts clothes on. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, since this is episode 1, I think that they'd be very upset if I dressed this in episode 2. Oh my gosh, you guys are ridiculous.
So this is the art in black and white, and this is getting colored, and I am, putting. If you go to the updates, let me see so I can see the same thing as you are. If you go to the updates, there's some fun page that you can show. Maybe we added 2 more new pages to the book. So now it's 40 story pages in the 46-page book. These 2 pages are, to explain a little bit about the lore and who the bad guys are and what kicks the mission and what they're all, explain the MacGuffin. Like all the stories, they have a MacGuffin, which is called a Red Eye. That's why the story is called Red Eyes. And we get like a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of explanation.
I feel bad for his face. He looks a little like a melted wax candle. Like a little bit.
So this all started when I was doing we're going to do a crossover cover with Micah from 3 Nights 4 Days. And in that, we already put one of the big ass final monsters, and he has, like his face is completely warped and his body as well. And so this guy is, the beginning of that, the beginning stage of this corruption taking place in his body. So he only has like, you know, a little bit of twisted.
Yeah, I'm just I'm very happy it's intentional, because that otherwise would be horrifying.
Yeah, that'd be horrible. Poor guy.
with as good as the rest of the art is, it's obviously intentional. It's very unsettling, not gonna lie, because it looks just so, like I said, he looks like a little melted wax candle. like you know, they do the nice sculpture ones that are of people, and then you you move it too close somewhere, you leave it in your car, and then you pull it back out, and you're like, oh, it was a hot day apparently. Like
yeah, I know what
kind of what his face is.
Yes. So that's kind of the idea, to show what happens when you use too much of this corrupt power that we'll see later in the book.
Okay, nice. So, I like it.
There's like a whole theme of the bad guys conquering the land of the good guys, and this shouldn't have happened, and all of a sudden they have this super crazy dark magic. Like, what the hell? Where did this come from? But of course, there's a price to this very powerful corrupt magic.
There's always a price. If you think there isn't one, then you just haven't came across it yet, and it's probably going to be pretty terrible. I really love that you're doing some of the like exposition parts that are in scroll. I like it. I think it's really cool, because it's like giving a little hint to the background and everything, and it's I don't know, it just feels very different.
I thought it should make sense in a like a fantasy setting, because obviously you normally would have just, you know, like a text, whatever, no?
Right.
And in a fantasy world, you have scrolls. You don't have, you know, like flying text or what have you.
Right.
At least the idea was there. And the same is with one of the pages is you know, like the bulletin board with the signs of wanted, dead or alive. It's also similar to the bulletin boards you would find in, I don't know, like a Witcher game or something like that.
Exactly. No, I really like this. And I remember the last time that we had you on, we got to talking about how you had all of these little monster girls, and we were like, we need a bestiary of all of the hot chicks as monsters that you got. And so for anyone who remembers that conversation, it's a thing. It is a thing now. You can look at this sexy monster girl bestiary right here with all hot, beautiful women that you all know that you want to.
Was that not available last time we talked?
It was, but we had talked about, there were parts of it, because you were like, I was going to put a couple in, and I was like, it needs to be its own thing, and we need to like have it be big and long. And we talked a little bit more about beefing up the bestiary.
True. Yes, that's true, because it was going to be like 20 pages, I think. Now it's 60 pages, by the way. Yeah, that's right. That was very, very early in the development of the sexy monster girl bestiary.
We had talked about it way back, because you were showing off some of these characters, and so let me scroll through here, because I swear that there was one that I saw.
You go all the way to the top. The second image is how it potentially is going to look.
See, look at you knowing your stuff. This is almost what I cosplayed. Very, very close to cosplaying your spider chick, but I was like, I don't have time to make arms. And without the arms, really, it's just me with some extra eyeballs on my forehead.
That's going to be some very intensive cosplay.
Yeah, it would be a lot, but it would also be pretty badass. So, you know, at some point, maybe a CG con or something like that, I'll walk around as this spider chick.
How do you do the arms like that?
So the easiest way I can think of is when you get those really, really long gloves. And then stuff them.
Oh, okay. Of course.
And then probably, obviously you have to make them a little longer, or, you know, skin colored. There's a lot that would go into it, but it would be worth it in the end. I'm just saying, we could totally make that happen.
Let me share something. Screen share application. This is the cover as it's getting worked on.
Ooh.
So the little red square on the top left, that's going to be the logo, and the rest, this is how it's going to look more or less. Also, it's pretty official now.
I like it, especially because it has that kind of like the old leather bound books feel. Like this is a really special thing you're about to look at. Like I really like that. I think it's very, very cool.
I think the designer nailed it. Her name is Alessia, which is a friend of the artist. She really nailed the feeling with the, you know, this. I don't. Do you call embroidery the red stuff, or is that like the wrong name for this?
Embroidery would be if it was stitched. So this is embellishment or filigree.
Well, the red stuff looks amazing.
Yes. The border is perfect for sure.
Yeah, I think she really nailed it. So this is going to be the cover.
So, and this is still just a regular like cardstock cover and everything, but right, unless I'm wrong.
Yes.
Okay. So I like that she put in the texture, because if you look at the black, that texture looks like a bound leather book, and I love that. That is so good.
That is something we're going to have to do one day, to create like a hardcover with leather, like a super special edition. And because I think it looks awesome like that.
Absolutely. Well, and so maybe after you get like book 2 or 3, and if you end up keeping on with this bestiary, your sexy girl bestiary, and it just keeps growing, then maybe you can put out like 120 page leather bound, like deluxe edition that you put out for a good amount of money, because it's going to cost you a bit to make that. But oh my gosh,
probably.
It would be so amazing. You know what? I'm gonna start searching and see if I can't help find you a place to do that, because that would be epic. That would be amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think this is crazy. In Switzerland, everything is so freaking expensive. That's why we ended up. We're gonna print everything in the States, because it's too expensive.
Yeah, exactly. That it makes sense, and as much as it sucks because you are in Switzerland, so having like not being able to do it in your home state in your home country is kind of a pain in the ass. But at the same time, it's going to be cheaper for you, probably.
Yeah, it's cheaper to do it there, and then
So, Ian, if Shae tells you we can make that happen, aka we're going to talk, just say yes.
Yes.
Look, I
don't know exactly what he means with that, but yes.
I talk to a lot of people, and I get a lot of contacts, and I try to make a lot of cool things happen. And yeah, I agree. A leather bestiary would be metal as hell. It's something that we will definitely have to look into. Yes, thank you, Christopher. Tooling, if you're pressing into leather. So when you emboss into leather, it's tooling technically.
All right.
But yeah, it's I'm very excited for it. Ooh, are you sharing something else?
This is the crossover cover, wraparound crossover cover with the lovely characters that Micah Curtis has been so kind to let us use in this special edition stuff.
Very cool.
And so we're still working on it, because there's 3 nights, of course, and we only have 2 nights right
There's
now.
only 2 so far.
There's only 2.
One will show up.
So as you can see, we are working on it. So right now there's only 2, and I already was sketching, the how do you say, the other part of the cover. This is like the third segment of the special wraparound cover, with the last night. So we have all of them,
Holy
Mr. Axe, Mr. Hammer, and Mr. Sword.
Very nice. Oh my gosh, you just have all the goodies. That's so cool. Holy cow.
I'm clicking on the screen.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So let's actually go over and let's go over the perks, and so people know how they can back you, because there's a lot of really cool things in here. So you got your featured perk. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the featured perk, that's the one with the Monster Girl Bestiary. It's very simple. It's a physical book plus the ashcan. So the ashcan is included in all the physical tiers, and it has the Sexy Monster Girl Bestiary, which is a square-bound 60-page book with the different species that inhabit the world of Red Eyes, but spiced up, if you like, with sexy pinups instead of just like hideous, horrible monsters.
Right.
I mean, that's cool also, obviously.
Let's make monsters beautiful and playing volleyball in bikinis because obviously, I said it before, I will say it again. Unfair advantage for a Spider Woman to play volleyball. Unfair advantage.
That would be definitely an unfair advantage. I think, what's the name of those things in Dungeons and Dragons? I think Drydeers are the spider, half elf, half spider creatures.
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
There's something like that. Well, they're called Daumos in mine, and they're slightly different. They're sexier, if you like.
There you go. They're hot ones.
And also the other thing is that the shipping is a little bit cheaper in the feature perk for international backers. And this is also something important because the shipping cost is quite high, unfortunately. And the problem I'm having is that I cannot change it anymore because people already backed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I cannot reduce the price of the shipping. So what we decided to do is everyone who backs the Comic Plus Ashcan internationally is gonna get the bestiary. And everyone who backs the feature perk internationally is going to get a print included.
Okay.
To how do you say it? Support CG, support the people who international backers, because
right.
I don't know. Otherwise, I feel like I'm ripping people off and I'm like, oh no, come on.
When you're saying international, just to make sure everybody understands, you're talking about anybody who is outside of the US because that's where you're printing, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
So the US, sorry.
No, I just wanted to make sure that was clear for everyone because a lot of people know that you're in Switzerland and I don't want them to think, oh, well, I'm in the US, so I'm an international backer. And it's like, no, not in this situation because of where you're printing. So if international backing in this is the same as if it was in the United States. So if you were outside of the US and therefore have to pay a crazy amount in shipping because of that, these are the things that you're getting extra.
Exactly. So the States and Switzerland, by the way, the shipping is included in the price.
Fantastic.
And
that is always awesome.
The international backers, I think for the feature perk is 35 and for the other one is 40. So it's a lot. So we say, okay, I mean, for 40, let's give them the sexy monster girl bestiary as well.
Right.
I think that's a compromise or something.
Right. Christopher says half spider woman can be cute, I guess, but like mermaids, there are too many questions. We're not getting into your questions, Chris, because I know where your questions are going. We're not going to talk about them. We're just going to roll past it.
But that's one of the questions I was having, because if they have an abdomen, where the silk glands are located, obviously other stuff is there as well. But if they have like a human abdomen, that's like, wait, do they have like two? What the hell?
Wow. So I wasn't going to go there, but David's more than happy to have this conversation.
No. It's just, I was the same things were going through my mind. Like, okay, an abdomen, silk glands. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe let's not even go there. It's all magic.
So Ian says, oh no, we're totally going there. We are.
No.
Do you expect any less from this show, guys? Do you expect any less from this show?
This is turning into what's the name of your other show? The Powerpuff?
Powerpuff Girls of CG. The Carla's channel. Oh gosh.
This is turning into that. Like, oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
We need Carla to start the conversation into those directions.
Yeah, usually. And that's the funny thing. She's like, guys, I'm going to behave today. And we're like, okay, sure. And then she'll be like, so Shae, what's your fetish? And I'm like, what? How is this behaving? This is not behaving at all. All of a sudden, I'm like,
At least from the point of view of the audience, or for me, when I see the show, it looks like everything's planned. Like everything starts so very civil, and all of a sudden it's like she takes her notes out and, okay, let's talk about, I don't know what, super creepy semi-sexual things. Like, oh my goodness. So okay, let's do it.
Throwing this out there, total aside to the campaign. Carla never tells us. She always says that she has topics. She never tells us what the topics are. She's like, I've got a couple of topics that I want to talk about. And we're like, oh gosh. Okay. And she goes, is there anything you ladies would like to talk about? I was like, I just want to know where you're going to take this conversation. Like, I'm just curious what I'm getting into. And she's like, no, it'll be really good. It'll be good. She's like, you'll enjoy it. And I'm like, okay. And then she goes, Shae, you deep throat a pickle. And I'm like, where did that bus come from? Did anyone get the plate number? What just no? Why are we doing this again?
Oh, to the mic.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so for the featured perk, you get all the kit and caboodle awesomeness. And then you have the comic in the ash can, which is a little bit cheaper.
That's very sweet and simple. It's a comic plus the ash can included, $20. The shipping in the States included, and there you go. Episode 1 and a preview of episode 2.
And you're missing out on the amazing sexy girl bestiary. How
Of
could
course.
you do that to yourself? That is so sad.
Don't do it.
Chris likes you. He's
thank you.
totally down for this conversation.
He has a Hawkeye with a mask. Oh my goodness. Okay.
You know, he's practicing safe social distancing. Doing
mask etiquette. Perfect.
Mask etiquette. Yep, exactly. All right, and then your last one that you have, because if you wanted to be immortalized, too bad you waited too long.
It's gone. Only one, and it's gone.
It's gone. You waited far too long.
I put that up, and like in seconds, someone took it. I was like, "What the hell?" I didn't tell anyone. I just put it up, and poof, someone took it.
Like, people love being drawn.
Thank you. Not but. Yes.
Especially if
I was surprised at how fast it took.
I'll always offer a drawn in, and if you have violence in your thing, a drawn in and killed.
I love those things actually. I myself am like, oh, I love that. That's such a cool idea that you can, sometimes even choose how you get, offed in the book. Right.
Yep. I haven't been killed in any books, but I have been in a couple of them, which is kind of cool. So,
that's cool. I thought of when you did the cosplay, I thought, that'd be cool if this character has a little bit of inspiration in you. That's why I wanted to ask you about your tattoo.
Yeah.
Because the character has no tattoos, no. So I was like, oh, maybe we can put like your tattoo on that character to like a homage of you cosplaying.
I won't say no. I'll probably cry.
Oh yeah, no, awesome. No, if you like the idea, that'd be super cool.
Fuck yeah, dude, that's awesome. I had SK did that in one of the background characters in Wordsmith. All of a sudden, he just sends this like black and white image before it was colored, and he was like, "Anybody look familiar?" And I went, "Is that me?" And he goes, "With tattoo." I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's cool, yeah.
It's amazing.
Exclusive flirt moment.
Oh,
never mind about the drawing.
Seriously.
No, I think it's awesome.
Just I can't with you.
The fact that you're making a cosplay of one of my characters, that's like, wow.
I try. Look, I cosplayed for Camel Moon yesterday, and it was something because I cosplayed Easter Egg Frega. So the point that half of my chat was so if you haven't seen Camel Moon, I'll bring it up in a minute and I'll show you. I'll show you backstage. Camel Moon Frega is basically a literal Easter egg face and bunny ears.
Yes, I know which one. Yes. I know which one. The
watch with 420 and all that. I cosplayed that. Basically, my chat complained the whole time that they were very distracted. And
is that the one that looked really creepy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I saw in Twitter people saying like, "Yeah, this is bizarre."
Yeah,
kind of creepy.
Look, no one can say that I'm just trying to use my looks to further anything because I cosplay some weird ass shit sometimes.
The one you did for what's this Peregrine? That looked amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
I think that's the one where you painted your face and you had like the what's the name of the character? Calavera or something like that.
Her name is
something skull or
no, it
girl
was
or something like that.
What is it? Damn it! And I cosplayed her. You think I'd remember? So anyone, if you tell me a secret, Necrosia, there it is.
Necrosia, yeah.
If you tell me a secret, you can almost be guaranteed I'm gonna forget it. So. All right, so then you have one more tier, which is the 24-hour special. So this is what you put up in the last 24 hours of your active campaign, and you only put 24 possible.
Exactly.
So if this is something that you're interested in, thank you for trying to force me to buy it. If this is something you're interested in,
do it.
There's 9 already claimed. So there's not a ton left. You've only got 13 left if you're really wanting to, for 15. I can math.
And this is basically the book 1
15.
plus the Ashcan in a, how to say, square bound special edition with this wraparound cover.
Fantastic. So yeah, it doesn't say that it has the Ashcan because in the special edition, the Ashcan is included in the back. So you still get the Ashcan.
It doesn't. I thought it said. Oh, okay. I have to change that.
No, it says it right here. I'm saying in the included items because in your other included items, I see. It says the Ashcan separate.
Mm-hmm.
Right here, it says square bound 60 pages with episode 1 and Ashcan of episode 2. So this is included in
the book. No, it doesn't say that. You're right.
So you're not going to have 2 books. You're going to have 1 book that has both of them in there.
Exactly. Yes.
I just want to make sure everyone understands so nobody's like, well, he said that I got the Ashcan. I didn't get it.
I mean, if someone says I can include it also, like special edition plus the Ashcan, that is anyway included, but why not?
Exactly. That's awesome. And that's for the same price as the featured perk. So you can either get the book separate with the original covers, or you can get the special edition wraparound cover and the books combined together plus the sexy bestiary.
Exactly. So I think the only difference is that the book in it and of itself is, we know, the staples. At least so far, it's going to be with the staples, and the last 24-hour special, there's going to be a square bound, perfect bound, square bound thing.
Nice. Well, that's a pretty good selling point.
Yeah, and if it costs a little bit more, there has to be like a more quality, an incentive to it. Not just like it has a different cover. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry,
Googling something.
I'm typing. I'm typing to people. Because Soul Iron said this. So if it's the last 24 hours special, it's still available. It's a bit of false advertising because it wasn't really the last 24 hours, but also the perk you should get if you're interested. What I said is it's the perk that was created in the last 24 hours.
Exactly.
So it's still a last 24 hours special because in the last 24 hours of it being live is when the perk was created.
Exactly. Now, the idea, of course, was, like the last 24 hours, that after 24 hours, it's done and over. But okay, let's keep it up if someone is interested, and 9 people have been interested so far.
Awesome. That is super awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a real hard time because I like the art on these 2, but I like the square bound a lot, and so I'm having a very difficult time deciding where I'm going. It's very, very difficult because I feel like these 2 have the right feeling for what the book is, but I like the square bound so much.
Okay, well.
It's fine.
You can decide later. I don't want to
to
pressure you here. Naughtily.
Christopher C wants to know, what is the painting behind you?
Behind me?
The one that's on your wall.
That's let me see. Well, there, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh man, so it's at night here, so everything's pretty dark. This is a painting that my mom bought in one of these like eBay sort of websites that we have here in Switzerland called Ricardo, and someone was selling it for like $200. And we bought it, and okay, whatever, we had to go and pick it up. And when we got there, first we had to drive for hours into Germany. And then once we got there, we away from a city into a seemingly in the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. We get to this place that looks like a ghetto. And then there's this one house, one shack. It's not even a house, like a shack in the middle of nowhere again. And then we go and ring, and we're kind of scared. We're like, what the hell is this? Like a trap or something? They want to rob us or kidnap us and take our organs, or what the hell is going on here? So this guy comes out. He smells like shit, and he has no shoes. and he's like, and he looks like all, like drugged, and yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, this is the right place. It's like, oh, okay, are you sure? Yeah. Come on here, no. So we go into his shack, and then this, I swear to you, is like a horror story, like a horror movie. We go in.
Like one.
Yeah, maybe I should write it for a horror movie.
You should.
So we go in, and I swear to you, there's like stairs going down, like 2 levels below, and it opens up into this huge area full of paintings and sculptures and really old watches, like those giant watches with wood and their, mechanical thing pendling down. And
Yeah, the grandfather clocks.
Yes. And it's like, what the hell? And then he starts telling, yeah, like I'm a noble from one of these noble houses in Germany, but I don't really give a shit anymore. And like, I don't want to have kids, and I just want to get rid of all my riches. And it's like, okay. So he sold us this stuff for like $200. And then he starts to explain the whole story, like, yeah, this is some Jew made it, and the Nazis, like killed him and took it, and then they want to burn it, but it was too cool, so they didn't burn it. But he has, like a seal of approval because yada yada yada. And it's really special because actually it doesn't have a canvas. The painting is on wood.
Oh wow, that's
so
impressive.
It's all like the whole thing is wood basically. And
Holy
this
cow.
is just painted on wood. It's it's rigid. It's quite special actually.
That's crazy. I like Chris C says, perfect. You bought it from a crazy person, so the painting has power.
I don't know. Maybe.
So Ian said you can tell David is a good storyteller, so the writing of Red Eyes must be on point.
Well, it's true. What happened? That was kind of a crazy adventure.
I honestly feel like you need to find a way to make that into some like super creepy comic story that you do where like you take the painting home and it starts whispering to you and like shit starts coming out of it or showing up in it. And, like for real, because the start
it
of that.
Itself to that actually. And the guy was so crazy. He was like, yeah, like I'm a noble and I'm married and I'm the only man of my family, but I decided to take a vasectomy so the family wouldn't go on because I don't want the name to continue. And I was like, what the fuck, man?
That's someone who's
that was creepy. Yeah, that was super creepy, this guy.
Wow.
Like, okay, here's the $200. Bye.
200. I'm running away now. Oh my gosh. That seriously, David, we need to make that into a horror story.
You know what? Now that I tell it, yeah.
You're like,
it's super really good for that.
Look, I'll even help. I'll help you brainstorm ideas. Like,
oh, okay, let's do it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Soul Ion wants to know, what are your most and least favorite characters in Red Eyes? Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, okay. Also, without going into spoilers.
Yes.
Or into like a super mini tiny spoilers. You don't see him in the first nowhere here, but the father of the main character, he is this the leader of the insurgents, and he's the one who sends him this mission to save him, basically, because otherwise he would be sentenced to death. But this would be like my least favorite character because he's the kind of guy who seems like a nice guy, but then you find out that he sent his own son to a suicide mission.
So he's disingenuous and he's basically just trying to get rid of a problem.
Yeah, more or less.
Oh, that's messed up.
He's like trying to seem like the nice guy, like, I'm going to give you this chance and I'm going to give you, the tools to succeed in this chance. But obviously, there's a very high likelihood that he's going to die. And he's like, okay, perfect. My problem solved almost.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. So who's your favorite then?
My favorite? That's a difficult question. Because one of the characters is a little bit of a self-insert. And so he's pretty high on the list, obviously.
I really like myself, so I like this character.
Come on. And actually, the story was about that guy. When I first wrote it, when I was like 14, obviously that was the hero and the Mary Sue and the everything and super powerful, blah, blah, blah. No? But then, as I got older, I rewrote the story to make it something more decent. So this character is not the hero anymore, but he's still there, not the self-insert. So he's pretty high.
Okay.
Who else would be I don't know, those two definitely. The girls, obviously, like the black chick and the one with the ninja.
So you got the ninja right here.
The ninja,
you have your
the black chick,
right there. Yeah.
and the one with the gun. So obviously the girls are my very high in the list.
All the chicks. Oh wait, you have two different black chicks. Who's this one?
Also, the one with in the arms of the hero, that's the love interest of the hero. So she's one of the main protagonists.
Oh, I like her look. I really like her look. And then you
Oh,
have
thank
the
you.
one that's got this giant rifle.
Yeah, that's
ready to go fuck some shit up.
that's the shooter of the team, and she's like, she doesn't speak, so the code name Mute Girl.
Oh.
She made kind of a vow of silence because of some crazy shit that happened in her past. And I don't know, this is the kind of character that was looking to die, basically, all depressed and I just want to die. And when they say, okay, we have this very crazy mission, she's like, yes, sign me up. I'm right here.
Yeah. That whole if I die in battle, it's more honor kind of thing.
Yeah, and I can finally, like find rest and be atone my crazy stuff that I did, and for which she did this vow of silence that she doesn't, talk. So she's not mute and she's not dead. She just took a vow of silence.
Oh, so there's a chance that might end up getting broken at some point. Just
maybe. Also, the thing I see is like more in reality. At some point, maybe someone like hits her or she gets hurt and she just screams and everyone's like, "Oh, wait, you're not mute. What the hell?"
Yeah, for sure. I need to get on. As much as I think that page is pretty, I need to not sit on it. It makes me sad. So this is the other girl that you were talking about, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I see, and I really like what you did with your characters, especially for your females, because your female shapeshifter here, like that is probably the most horrific. That center panel, that's one of the most horrific things I've ever seen.
Yes, I think the artist super nailed it.
So here's the funny thing. If you've ever read or looked at any of like Junji Ito type stuff, like that center panel is basically a Junji Ito story. Like that one image, he'll have an entire manga around that kind of a beast, and it's always so fucking terrifying. But I like that you took a very like beautiful woman, you made her into a really horrific looking beast. You have a lot of other women in here that are quite beautiful, but you've made them logical. You know what I mean? Like they're not. It's not all just tits and ass and all that out there. Like they're
no.
big also, fighting kind of women. Like they don't got time for that shit.
I think like the girl in the middle, the black chick, that she's maybe the prettiest of the bunch, and she's like all about tits and ass, if you like.
Yeah.
But even then, she's not like super strong. Like she's the magician of the team, so she's definitely not the fighter. No, she cannot fight for shit, if you like. She cannot use a firearm to save her life. So
right.
It's like the roles are very specific. So the shooter is a shooter. The magician is a magician, the fighter is a fighter, but he doesn't know anything about magic, and so forth and so on. So one of the points of the story is that they complement each other, and that's why they have this big team with different roles.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. The Dirty Dozen.
The Dirty Dozen. Yes, this is the Dirty Dozen. So I wanted to talk a little bit about your stretch goals real quick, because you've got a couple that you've unlocked, and you, sir, are about to be in need of more stretch goals, is what it's looking like.
Yes, my goodness. So one of the stretch goals was to include a trading card, which was unlocked. So all physical tiers are going to get a trading card.
Okay.
And for people who sign up to the mailing list, they're going to get another very special trading card, which was only like 13 people. So those lucky 13 will get a special trading card. And for the 3,000, we're going to include a print is the name of that thing.
That's awesome.
Let me see if
I was going to say, do you have a copy of that print?
If you go to the update section, is the update of July 1st. Like the third update down, I think. There you go.
This one?
Yep.
Very nice.
So it's like, the heroes and villains, the 9 heroes, the 9
So
villains.
2 prints.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, dang. That's a good little bump. So if you have
I said it here, so it has to be true. No,
yeah,
I wrote
I
it
was
down
gonna
there.
say
So.
you said prints.
Yeah, no, I wrote it down. So I was like, yes.
Just making sure.
I know.
That's awesome. Dear backers, comic readers, and other people of the internet, I like how you address people. I feel like it's all inclusive. Oh my goodness!
No one gets left behind.
Right? Everyone is included in this. So that
I think that's more or less like the intro that I have a WordPress blog where I talk about weird movies. Really, really inside of weird movies, and my intro was always that, but. Dear weird moviegoers and other people of the internet. So it's the same now. Dear comic readers.
Nice.
Plus.
I like it. All right. So back to the chat. Last chance for any questions. I really like these prints. I like how you split them between the hero and villain. Because it's very interesting to see. And a very creative placement of hair and gun for your shapeshifter woman back there to make sure that you get just enough of the boobies, but not too much so as to be considered lewd.
Let's say no, but I think the original you can see everything.
Oh, well then.
Not here, of course,
because we're classy here.
Because YouTube and what have you, but.
Yeah, heaven forbid there are drawn boobies anywhere. Someone will have a heart attack.
Exactly, yes. Someone said Mr. Soul Island, who's been super, super supportive of my comic, he's said something, you can have a little bit of cheesecake on a suicide mission, but too much cheesecake will make everybody feel bloated. I don't know what he means by cheesecake in this sense.
So cheesecake, when you're talking about cheesecake, that's where you're talking about the girls that specifically exist for tits and ass. And so the ones that are overly sexualized, boobs everywhere, they're like, anytime they get into a battle, they'll have a skirt, their skirt will just flip up and they won't have underwear. And they'll be like, oh no, like they're in the middle of a war zone. You're like really? Like, come on. But yeah, so basically that's kind of what cheesecake is. So when you do cheesecake drawing, it's that like overly cutesy, overly sexual, like yay women bodies kind of thing.
I had something like that in episode 2 because we're already working on episode 2. So unfortunately the character, the ninja girl, she goes a little bit on this direction of cheesecake, and then she's not very dressed for the occasion. They have to run for their lives, and she's like oh my god, I cannot run so fast because cheesecake, and then she gets a harpoon to the leg because she's not very fast.
That's a new take on cheesecake. Yeah, and like Wolverine said, cheesecake is shamelessly, blatantly sexy female art. Beefcake is the male version.
Oh, okay. I see. Of course, yeah, I see. Yeah. Cheesecake, exactly. Beefcake. Yeah, makes sense.
Featuring totally not accidental side boob. Very approved on Red Valkyrie. Red Valkyrie is fine with cheesecake.
Got it. Yeah. No, a little bit of cheesecake, but not too much.
Like just a smidgen. Like you said, if you have too much of it, everyone's gonna feel bloated and nobody's gonna enjoy the book because it's
No. You need you need your fighter girl, and you need your shooter girl, and then you need your cheesecake girl. Of course.
Exactly. You need the one that just looks cute in the background. You're like, oh, look at her. Look at her.
That's so nice. And then she gets a harpoon to the leg.
Cheesecake.
But she doesn't die. So at least not in that part of the story. So no worries.
Right. Yeah. No, it's definitely interesting. The way that you got it kind of blended in, I feel like it's really natural. Death Metal Hero says he wants all the cheesecake.
Okay.
Then you write it, sir. You write all the cheesecake. As a writer / artist, you can write and then draw your own cheesecake comic. Boom.
There you go. Is he is that Metal Hero? Is he doing an Indiegogo?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
I'm on his case about it. But he is actually helping me with part of my anthology, my horror anthology. So he's gonna help write and draw one of my nightmares. So that's gonna be pretty awesome. But he's got like 500 of his own projects that he needs to get his ass moving on.
So you're doing like a horror anthology of nightmares.
Basically, it's poems and nightmares and short stories and stuff that I'm going to combine all together, and then have a couple of artists who are going to draw up some pieces for it, and then we'll see what happens.
Oh, I'd love to do something either with my artist or with me or something. That'd be awesome. I mean,
we'll talk. We'll definitely talk. I'm totally down for collaborating. I think that it's really fun. Christopher says the cheesecake is a bad thing. Damn it, I need to cut 5 more pages. Cheesecake is not a bad thing inherently. I like it when cheesecake is sandwiched between actual substance. But so I also cheesecake topic on writing prose when. That might be, we might talk cheesecake beefcake versus super serious on this next writing prose. That sounds like it could be a good job.
That sounds good. The one thing about this cheesecake is that in my original idea and in the scripts, the scripts and the storyboards that I make for my own project, I had the thing that some of the girls were really good looking and some of them were more normal, and one of the shooter girl is supposed to be not very good looking. So you have like diversity or what have you.
Right.
And the ninja girl was supposed to be like a skinny girl with like almost flat chested and a little bit of ass but not too much, blah blah blah. And so I give the script to my man, and I give the storyboards with this super skinny girl, and then he draws her with this like huge boobs and everything. It's like, wait, that's not my whatever, let's roll with it.
So you're like, that's not my vision, but I like that one, and we're just gonna keep that.
We're just gonna keep that. Yeah, exactly.
I like the pretty.
He cheesecaked the ninja girl. So
not by a lot though. Like in all honesty, she's got a lot of skin on display, and she does have like bigger chest and everything, but she's not like crazy over the top. Like she just looks like a fit woman, and if she's a ninja, I would kind of expect that from her. So I don't think it's too much.
Well, maybe I can show you the
And Christopher, you only need substance if I am your target audience. That's all. Otherwise, if you're just doing cheesecake, there is entire audience pools that you can go to for that. There's plenty.
Would this be too much for YouTube? But this is the idea that my man had in mind with the ninja girl. I was like, whoa, you really cheesecaked her.
I like it. I like it. Man, that's crazy.
Nothing happened, YouTube. Nothing happened. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking
about.
Calm
down, YouTube, please.
It was melons. There were just expertly placed melons. And
so you see what I mean? I was like, yeah, no, that's a skinny girl. And then he brings this back and I said, okay, yeah, let's roll with it.
Well, you know what? You just make it all work, because damn it, it looks good. That's what you need.
Ninja baby got back.
Ninja baby got back. Yeah. What's up with her back? I think that we're gonna have to read to find out.
You're gonna have to read the story to know what happened there.
I know. Because I almost asked and I went, he's not gonna tell me.
No, it'll become important later on. Those metal things on her back.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say she almost looked like she was like filleted open, like sliced down the back, and that was like a rib cage or something.
No, that's like a metal plates put on the back. Okay.
Right.
She got hurt at some point, and she would have been crippled, but then magic and everything, and so she got this so she could continue walking and fighting and what have you.
I like it. That is fucking awesome. Well, chat, last call for any questions that you may have for David. And David, is there any other little little things that you want to share with us? Because
I saw your stream with Mr. Jason Bascom. That was pretty cool. His book looks freaking amazing. I know it has nothing to do with Red Eyes, but I saw that. I was like, damn, that book looks awesome. I was happy that he got to his goal.
Yeah. He definitely hit his goal, and he's got a super amazing book. I also have Jason Krager, who's going to be on Sunday. He also has an amazing looking book that has not hit goal yet, which is very upsetting. So I'm hoping we can help push him through.
Which one?
Hammer.
Oh yeah, that one looks great too.
Hammer looks amazing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are making me broke. There's so many good books that are out, and I'm like, oh, I can't afford all of them. I will though. I will find a way. I will just work a lot.
I thought the exact same thing. Like, there's so many books that I want to back them all. Like,
it's so hard.
And then in Switzerland, all the international shipping, it's like super expensive.
Right. That cuts down how many projects you can do. Chris, David's Twitter handle is in the description of the video. So if you just scroll down to the bottom, it'll have our guest, and it'll say David Feed, and it'll have his little Twitter right there, so you can go and follow him.
I think I put it in the chat. I don't know if it worked.
Perfect. That works too. And look, and then Soul Ion linked in the chat. See, this is why I love you guys. We got it there. We got it here. We got it in the description.
Perfect.
You guys are awesome.
So David Feet may not be my real name. Oh my god.
It may also not be my real name, but it's close enough. I'm gonna make this our final question. Chris wants to know if your ninja girl is a turbo twerker. I feel like it's an important question.
That's a fair question. I was thinking that because she has this, she would be, very slow, and this would be like a serious impediment. But of course, turbo twerker with such a thing, like maybe I'm not thinking right.
Maybe just gyrate her a little bit extra. So
maybe I have to change the story a little bit, dude.
So she can turbo twerk.
Exactly. No, she cannot run very fast, but she can turbo twerk.
She walks slowly. She twerks quickly. It's fine.
Oh my goodness. Spoilers. Uh-oh.
I know, right? We can't talk about the turbo twerking. It's a massive spoiler now.
Twerking panel. Oh my goodness. Okay. Calm down.
Oh, it's good. We're good. Totally professional here.
Exactly,
no point
yes.
We're a horribly unprofessional show. I don't know if anybody bought that, but we're just going to pretend that y'all did.
Got it. Yes.
Well, I want to say it's a secret holdout maneuver. Damn it, Chris. I wanted to say thank you to everybody in the chat for coming out. You guys are always so amazing, and I appreciate having you every time you guys come out. Thank you to everybody who's going to watch it on replay. You guys are also epic, and I know that I stream at such random times that you never know if you're going to catch me or not. So make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to Red Valkyrie, and don't forget to ring that little bell so you can always find me. We are 60 subs away and 68 watch hours from monetization. That is how close we are. It is amazing. You guys are so awesome. So please share this out with everybody. Go watch back episodes, get your friends, your grandma, I don't care who, to sub, and let's get us to 1K so we can have a super awesome party. I'm going to do it in October if we hit by then. And Sai should be back. It's my birthday month. That's the perfect month for us to definitely have a party and give away a bunch of shit. So make sure that you sub to Red Valkyrie and let's get us there. Don't forget to please follow the amazing David Feed on Twitter so you know all about all the updates. Thank you so much for coming on again, David.
Yeah, already subscribe to your channel, of course.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And don't forget to back Red Eyes. There's a lot of really awesome stuff on here. And you all know that you want that sexy monster girl bestiary. Don't even lie to me and say you don't. We all know you.
If you're an international backer, you're going to get it anyway. So,
Oh, look at that. Look at that. So everyone go and get that because you all want to have it in your possession for sure. And thank you guys so much for coming out. We will see you all next time. Bye.
Cheers.